So I decided it's Queen's birthday weekend this weekend. It's actually Wednesday, the Wednesday before Queen's birthday. So I decided to go for a bit of a hunt, or see what I can see for a hunt, and take the dog as well. So I found a place up Broken River, North Canterbury, which is near Castle Hill. That's Broken River there. How's it going, boss? You right? Good. You stay there. Few dogs. Just a couple. I'm going up to Avoca, to the hut up there. How far up the road can I get? I had heard that there was a gate, a locked gate.
There's about a K before the hut.
Oh, is it? Right, okay. That's right. No, I'll park up there and walk the rest of the way in. Awesome. Okay. Have a good one, guys. End of the road. Right, don't want to muck around too much because it's 5 o'clock and well, as you can see behind me, sun's gone down behind the hills. When I had a look at things yesterday, it was about 5:20 when the sun disappeared. So this is saying, just turn it around. So the Avoca homestead is a couple of k's away, so we'll have to get our backsides moving. Did get the batteries, did put them in the torch, so I've got that. So anyway, grabbed a couple of bits and pieces that I bought, throw them in the backpack, we're out of here. Dog's down there on the lead. I'm just going to sling the hunting pack around the front of my chest, just to keep it there and make things comfortable. And got the gun, walked off without the ammunition. Didn't get very far before I realised that, so I went back and got some ammunition. Otherwise it's just a big lead sorry, steel pipe with some plastic on it. So anyway, must be about 5:15. Looking at the sun in bits and pieces. So anyway, get our backsides moving. See if we can find this hut. So, the railway line's there and behind me, and yeah, looks like you follow the railway line for a wee bit. That might be the slip that they were talking about earlier. You can't get your truck or car or anything past it. So right, this will be a test to see how well this camera works in the semi-dark. So it's 5:30. We follow the railway tracks down. There was plenty of room beside the railway tracks, there was no problems there. Then there's a four-wheel drive track off to the left through a gate. So you follow that down, because we're just about to come up to a railway bridge. So if you decide to follow the railway line, you'll be caught on the bridge, which is not a good look, especially if a train's coming. So take the four-wheel drive track. It's actually quite good. It was a bit steep to start with, but she's actually pretty well formed. Did see some footprints and stuff over there as well, back a bit further. They look fresh, but in fact there's some tyre tracks here as well now actually, which look fresh as well. So depends on when they had their last rain up here. So anyway, definitely going to need that head torch before we get to the hut. Right, battery's just about to go flat. We're actually here. That probably only took us about 20 minutes. So yeah, river's a bit low. I'll show you the bridge tomorrow in the daylight, but we just need to find somewhere to cross. It only looks about ankle deep actually, to be fair. So yeah, I'll let the dog off so he can make his own way across. And yeah, in fact this looks like the ford here. No worries, bro. Wet feet. Probably only went up to my calves, to be honest with you. Slipped a couple of times but didn't fall in. That was only because I couldn't see where I was going. So anyway, still just light enough to see. I guess we follow this four-wheel drive track. Hopefully that takes us to where we need to go. Dinner time for Sarge. Is that good there, puppy? 2 lots of dinner. I'm going to be doing a bit of work tomorrow, so that's probably fair enough, isn't it? Eh? It is dry food though. Should take another walk down to the river. Have a drink. Okay, so the wind at the moment is going downstream. So walking upstream up to the flats was probably a good idea. Still probably about another 5 or 10 minutes from shooting light. So there's more flats down there around the corner before we get to the gorge, so haven't seen any sign yet. I saw the boot prints from the guys from yesterday, and some really old sign back down there where we crossed the river. A few river crossings today, but really only up to thighs or something. So anyway, better keep moving because Sarge is keen to keep moving. So that wind's got a bit stronger now. Still coming downwind, downstream. So yeah, it's a good move going this way. It's a bit hard to keep quiet because it's quite frosty. And whatever rain they've had up here won't have been very much. It's quite dry. You'll probably hear Sarge. He is quite close to me, but he's making a bit of noise. But he is staying with me, which is good. So we might have to cross here because the flats are on the southern side, or the true right of the river. We'll see how much further we can go down through here. So we just need the deer to show themselves now. especially this close to the hut. Just saw movement just out of the corner of my eye. Up there, big branch moved and then moved off to my left. Bloody berries. It's flying around in circles, squawking like mad. They're a pain in the ass. Well, the wind's picked up a bit more. It's actually got quite cold. So we'll keep moving. We're definitely in the right place. Right, that may have wrecked it for us. Who was the dumbass that just barked? We stopped because there was a helicopter coming over. Back over there, all the way over. So we stopped and I was going to take some footage and just have a look at what was happening around here, and Sarge came back and then didn't like standing still, so he barked, which will have alerted everything in the area. So anyway, what we can do is show you this little wee hillock, I suppose, not really a hill, a hillock that we found here. Got views on that side, there's a flat there and there's a flat on the other side there as well. So this might actually be a good place to park up tomorrow. Definitely coming out tomorrow morning. Yeah, definitely coming out tomorrow morning. We might park ourselves up here for sunrise if we can get here in time. So anyway, bloody dog. So I've just taken the jacket off because I didn't want to wreck it on all the thorny stuff, and stuffed it into my backpack. My beautiful lovely wife made it for me. I said I need a backpack, gave her some dimensions and she built it, she made it for me. So thank you for making it so large there, Mel. We've got a crap load of stuff in there. It's actually quite heavy there actually. So we're going to look at going up the top there. Yeah, and seeing what we can see. So, just spent a bit of time glassing from our wee vantage point up here. Dog's in the background there. He's finally sat down, although every time I start talking or anything he gets a bit excited and starts whining. I even got excited enough to glass the top of the range there, looking for chamois and tar, I suppose. Well, maybe not tar but chamois. Not that there's any chance of me getting all the way up there. It was hard enough getting up to this little piece here. But anyway, the sun's hitting the slopes. It's actually quite nice here at the moment. That's wind, because we're on the eastern side of this wee face here, isn't actually blowing particularly strong. It's actually not a particularly strong wind anyway, but it's still going up the valley, which is where we're heading. So we'll end up heading up if we can find the track. We've actually lost our track, so that might be a bit interesting, but we're going to shoot up. Yeah, I can't see because of the sun. Anyway, we're going to shoot up over there and around through there. That wind looks like it's turned northerly, which is what we're expecting it to do. So it's about 9:30 now, so the deer and stuff will be Probably finding a nice wee sunny spot somewhere, which is what I was looking for. I could see the tracks that they've used around through there. And I was just following the tracks just to see if there's any clearings or anything anywhere that they might be sitting there bedding down. There's some clear space over there. It's just a case of getting over there. Might end up having to backtrack and go down and then down around the up the valley. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, anyway, we'll see how we go. It's going to be a beautiful day. Yep. Right. Sarge and I decided to make an executive decision to actually head back down to the flats, basically going down the way we came up instead of heading over. What's happened though, Sargy? So we're probably about halfway down. Jeep, it's only about 50 metres sort of straight down. It's taken us an hour. We've lost the track, got ourselves bushwhacked, and there's just nettly, spiny stuff all over the place. So, which isn't so bad, but it's in vines. So it gets wrapped around you, and then you get stuck. Well, Sargy's coming back with a kill. What have you found, Sargy? Dirty old possum. Hey? Looks reasonably fresh as well. Something I should point out is, before I brought the dog up here, before I go hunting full stop, is I checked the area and the 1080 map, just to make sure there hadn't been any 1080 drops or any poison drops or bait stations or anything put down there. So if you're wondering about the possum and whether Sarge should be eating it, he hasn't actually got into the gut, so he's just been chewing on the meat or the leg and stuff. So. Welcome to my humble abode. So that's the Avoca homestead, built in 1904, I think it was, and renovated in 96 or something. So yeah, it's all pretty good. Question is, am I going to have it for the evening by myself? We'll see, I suppose. So this was the shearer's hut. Shearing hut. And as you can see, as Sarge has found, there's a bit of wool still left on the ground there. So this must be the extension they were talking about, because it's milled timber and tongue and groove cladding. And tin on the fence, on the roof. Right, just chopped up some firewood for tonight. There'll be enough for tonight and probably some left over, so be considerate and chop up firewood for the next person. So that's what I'll do tomorrow morning after we've gone for our hunt. Before we leave, I'll make sure that there's some more firewood and pine cones and bits of twigs and stuff dry that are in the shed there for the next person to come along. You ever see a row of pine trees like that? Just sort of standing out in the middle of nowhere like that in a line. Generally planted by settlers, especially if they've come from England, to remind them of home. You're going to bed, Saji? Hey? Good boy. What you doing, puppy? It's a bit cold. Yeah, right, we're out of here. Had a look this morning. Bugger all wind. There was wind was coming down river again. Sarge has actually got a sore paw from yesterday's efforts, so we didn't stretch it too much. Just went out into those first flats and had a look around. There was no fresh sign or anything that I could see, so might have picked up our scent and decided not to come down. So yeah, so anyway, it's 9:30. We've packed up, put firewood in the hut, swept it out, left it clean. So yeah, off to the car and head towards home. That's the reason why Mel didn't want to come with me. Up there's the viaduct. So if we'd continued along the railway line, instead of going down the proper track, we would have ended up there. So it wouldn't have been much of a shortcut.